Welcome back. It's been nearly 30 years since a Democrat has won any statewide race in Texas. But even still, Democrats have a heated primary ahead with 5 candidates vying to win the party's nomination. We invited each of them on Capitol tonight, offering them equal time and asking them the same questions so they could tell you about their top priorities if elected. Here are some of those conversations.
But respectfully, I feel that I am the choice to go forward next fall. I've been an attorney for 31 years, practicing civil trial law, and that is exactly what the Attorney General needs expertise in.
Voting rights and protecting the vote is paramount to this campaign. It's paramount to Texas being able to fight for all the other things that we need to fight for. And I am someone who has been a champion for voting rights.
I am a 5th-generation Texan and a civil rights attorney. I was raised by 2 public school teachers that taught me a lot about respecting others' dignity. And that's exactly what I'm going to do for the people of Texas, is fight for every single person's right. What we are seeing is voter suppression and an attack on the ability for Texans to access the ballot box. What we're seeing under SB 1 are ballots being returned, mail-in ballots, and we're also seeing folks being purged from the voter registration rolls. And that's just not right. That's not something that I would support under my administration.
Data tells us that there is no real evidence of voter fraud in Texas that would impact the outcome of the election. And my client is not Governor Greg Abbott or whatever governor may be elected in the upcoming election. My client is the people of Texas, and in Texas, it is more difficult to vote than almost any other state. And I will be working to ensure that our voters with disabilities, our elderly voters, our voters of color have access to the poll, and those are the issues that I'll be litigating.
And they're making it difficult for people to vote, and they're causing people to second guess the most essential American aspect of citizenship. So I will take Ken Paxton's fake voter fraud unit and turn it into General Jaworski's voter access unit, because you ought to be able to call the government if your voting rights are being abused.
Operation Lone Star, it has been a disaster. It has been a drain on the resources of Texas. We need to use the funds that we've got to actually improve Texans' lives instead of wasting it and on these things like Operation Lone Star or building a border wall when they really are not effective and we're seeing their failures.
I think that we need to focus on the cartels, and I, as Attorney General, will pledge, as I have said, and this is getting a lot of good reception around the state, to dedicate some of the Attorney General's budget to hire prosecutors and place them in the Department of Justice. It's called Special Assistant U.S. Attorneys. And we can do this for a very reasonable sum of about $1.5 million and put 8 lawyers that will prosecute nothing but Mexican cartel immigration crimes. This also has the benefit of partnering with our federal authorities rather than demonizing them.
Look, it's important that we have integrity at our borders. We have made commitments to the international community to ensure a fair asylum seeking process. We need safety at our borders, and other people are just doing it better. There are people who are using smart wall technology that is both more humane and more accurate that we need to apply at our borders. Men on horseback with whips and a militarized presence is not what we need. We need translators. We need social workers. We need to use technology in order to effectively deal with the crisis at our border.
I think local government, municipalities, counties, school boards, they know their population best. They know their communities best. And we need to trust them. I know everybody's exhausted of the pandemic. I am as well. But we really need to continue following the science and ensuring that we go forward through it.
I am firmly of the opinion that it should be decided on the local level. Greg Abbott wants to take a position using the Texas Disaster Act, and he chooses not to meet the moment. Well, that's his call politically. He's entitled to that. But what he cannot do, and what Ken Paxton should not allow him to do, is say that local leaders can't meet their moment either.
The decision shouldn't be being made from Austin. I would support local control. I would support our local school boards. And if they want to pass safety protocols that are most effective for the communities that they serve, they should receive the support of the Attorney General's office. I'll say this last thing. It's our responsibility to stop the spread of the pandemic, to save lives, and not to fight cultural wars that put people in danger.
You can watch their full conversations by downloading our Spectrum News app. We do want to know that there are 2 other candidates running in the Democratic primary who did not accept our invitation to appear on the show. Mike Fields is a former Republican judge from Harris County who switched parties after 20 years on the bench. T-Bone Rayner is a lawyer based in North Texas. That's all the time we have. We thank you for joining us for this special post-debate edition of Capitol Tonight. Join us next time for the latest in Texas politics. Until then, have a great night.